Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. Yeah, my plants here, my purple grapes and my raspberries, and they're still in the original bags. Now remember, these are bare root. They come, no, not bare like me, bare like naked. They have bare root plants that come packed in wood chips or sawdust or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so these have not been opened since I bought them, and I didn't have any leaves on them when I bought them. They were just dormant. So I started watering them, and I use a hydroponic fluid or chicken manure tea. Both are about the 643 NPK. So I add that through the little flap at the top here. It acts like a little funnel as I add it in there. And I get them to where they're weighted and heavy, which means that all of the wood chips are soaked. So there's no actual liquid sitting in the bag. It's just really damp wood chips that are in there. So they're holding the nutrients and micronutrients that are needed, just like you would in hydroponics. And the wood chips are acting as my grow media, which sometimes people would use volcanic pellets or sand or rocks or something like that in hydroponics. So I came up with this idea, and this is my first experiment, and it seems to be working pretty darn well. So the ones where you see there's a leaf missing, that's my own big mistake. Big boo-boo, whoops, darn it, whatever you want to call it. Because what happened was, I have a pot on my stove that I use for deep frying, French fries, things like that. And every now and then, when the oil starts building up on it, I want to clean that out and make the pan look fairly new again. So what I do is I soak it in straight ammonia. And you don't want to do that while you're in the room. Normally I would do that in the summertime when I can have windows open and that kind of stuff. And I just plug the sink, fill it up with ammonia, just straight ammonia, white, clean ammonia, not the one, the sudsy type or anything like that. Just straight ammonia. That stuff will cut through grease pretty well. And then I have a little plastic scraper I use for the really tough spots. I just give it a scrape and then let it sit and soak a little longer. Well, what had happened was I had done that in the sink and I forgot these plants were up here. And later on I came back in the cabin and all the leaves were all wilted from the ammonia gas. So if it does that to a plant, you don't want to be in the same room with it while it's going. So remember that if you decide to do it, or do it outside. Take a large pot outside and put your smaller pan inside the large pot. All right, it's down to 68 degrees now, and it saw 72 today. So it was a really nice day. It's supposed to even get warmer yet towards the end of the week. We're at Tuesday now, going into Wednesday. So the next couple of days, it's going to get warmer each day. All right, so out here, my other plants, yeah, rosemary's doing well. Celery's doing well. And look at this cherry tree. All right, and that's another one that I'm doing in the hydroponic test system here. I do the same thing. I add the grow liquid or the chicken manure tea to the bag until I get all of the wood chips soaked, but not water. I don't want water running out or liquid running out the bottom of the bag. I just want to soak everything in there. So sometimes you got to add a little bit, come back later, add a little more, come back later, add a little more. Because you just want to soak the wood chips that are in there, or the wood flakes, or whatever you call them. And get those so that they're nice and moist So the water and the nutrients are soaked into those wood chips, feeding the root system. So the roots are actually growing and multiplying inside the bag right now. So when I take this thing out and transplant it, I'll use vitamin B1 mix in the first watering when I put it in there, and I'll probably plant it just after dark. And as my father-in-law used to always say, plant on an empty moon, which means plant on the new moon when there's no moon outside, when it's a dark night. So if you plant on those nights, it's usually the best for the plant, and you don't shock them when you're doing a transplant. So anyway, I wanted to show you that. The seeds haven't popped up yet. I don't think so. Let's see. Is that something coming up? Nope. No, seeds haven't popped up yet. But these are still damp, so I don't want them to be wet. I want them to be damp. If it's too wet, you'll drown your seeds, and they won't come up. But we'll see. All right. So today, after I got up and had breakfast and fed the chickens and watered the chickens and did all my chores around here, I had to move down the line and go buy myself a roll of barbed wire. And this is a quarter mile long. That's a length of 1/4 mile. So that's going to be 1,320 feet. And then I got me 10 more of the posts, the T-rails. And I'm going to get that fence up on the far end of my property before the weather gets too good and those dirt bikers come around again. So I'll have that all set up and going next chance I get to get out there. It's starting to cool down a little bit. I got my windproof mic on because the winds are starting to pick up, but it's more of a breeze right now, not really a wind. So I wanted to show you that. And then next, I got to show you this. All right, so we're going to come over here, and I'm sure you guys know what this is. Okay, this is a pinpointer. A pinpointer is a miniature handheld metal detector, and you use this for when you're digging in the ground for your target, and you got a hole there, and the hole is too small for your big metal detector to get inside of there. Now you go down there with one of these, and you can pinpoint your target and then dig it out, okay? So what I'm going to do with this is, because I was accused of having a rock with iron pyrite in it. Okay, iron pyrite will not set off a metal detector. And I'm going to show you that this will. But I'm not going to do it here because there's screws and nails and stuff like that in this unit. So I have another piece of the rock that I took out of the same area. As you can see, they almost look alike in coloring and all of that. So what we're going to do is take these rocks, and we're going to go over here. I'm using my wooden pedestal right now as a chopping block. So let's get that off of there and move this away from any metal. All right. And clean off the top here, and you can see there's no nails or anything like that in here. Okay, so we're going to turn this pinpointer on. You hear the beep. So we could check this, and there's no tone. But if we get near metal, there is a tone. Okay, so we're on top of here, and there's no tone, and it's in the on position. So here's a piece of the rock sample that I dug out of that same area where I found the piece with the gold in it. And as you can see, it's not making any noise. All right, so here's the piece that I have my little marks on and all of that. And what's going on here? Okay, that's freaky because it was sounding off earlier. Maybe my batteries are dead. Oh, there it is. It sounds like my batteries are getting weak. So this is rechargeable. I'll have to take it in to recharge it. But as you can see, that is sounding off. All right. So, as you can see, it's not iron pyrite. So let's see what goes on here. Oh yeah, I saw both lights flash on. That tells me it's time to recharge it. So I'll take that in and recharge it. All I have to do is unscrew the back cap, and there's a USB wire that plugs into it. And I just plug it into any USB port or charger or cell phone charger or anything like that. And just wait until my lights come on. And it'll be a green light saying it's fully charged. So I will put that in here so I don't forget it. And I'm going to call this video a print today. I was going to take you down to the garden house and show you that my pear tree down there is starting to pop out buds all over the place, just like the cherry tree that's inside of the cabin. And I think in one of my other videos, I kind of recall that I might have said I was going to graft the cherry tree onto apple trees. And I'm sorry, that's wrong. But I think I did say that it's a member of the prunus family, which is a pit fruit, like a peach or an apricot or something like that, a nectarine. So I will be grafting that cherry tree onto my peach tree. And I'll try to get it going from there. You can put it on a prune tree, a plum tree, anything that has a pit in the center. They're all the same kind of family. Just like pears and apples have the small brown seeds in the center, those are compatible to graft together. So you want to graft within the same family. And cherries, being prunus, go to all of the pit type fruits. All right, everybody, that's all I have for today. Beautiful day, except for the geos out there doing their job all day. Only over there, though. So the air up there is only cold over there. It's not cold behind me. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is G Bear reminding you, thumbs up and subscribe. Please subscribe. Got to get those subscriptions up. This is G Bear signing off.